How's it going, YouTube? JamieTheKid00 here, coming at you guys with a deck profile for TG agents for the new September 2013 ban list. The biggest change on the ban list for this kind of deck was Earth going to 3 and TG Striker going to 2, which meant that TG agents are now a very viable deck again. I figured I'd actually build a deck profile of this, give it a little test and see what I thought of it, and it's really not that bad. I'm actually having a little bit more fun with this than with Chaos, just because this lets me make synchro plays, and synchros are really fun this format. So I just thought I'd have a bit of fun with this deck, and I really have. So I figured I'd bring you guys the list. This is being recorded Saturday, about midnight Saturday, so midway through YCS Toronto. But you guys aren't going to be seeing this until, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday, because I'm going to be out of the country. So please bear in mind that things may have happened on day 2 of YCS Toronto that mean agents should be built a lot differently. But I'm just saying, please bear in mind when this was recorded. Either way, we're going to get straight into the profile. I'm playing a slightly small TG engine. I'm playing 2 Strikers, because Striker's gone to 2. Striker's amazing. 2 Warwolf, and then 1 Rush Rhino. I felt that any more than this just clogged a bit too hard. The 1 Rush Rhino is in here just because you can get access to a 2k beater. It does what these guys can't do. The 2 Striker, of course, for comboing in with like your Venuses and your Shine Balls, allowing you to make Xyz or Synchro plays for 2s, or maybe, of course, your obvious Synchros. And the Warwolves are really nice when you're summoning Shine Balls. So they are in there as a small supporting TG engine. And someone will comment saying, oh, you can't call it a TG deck, it's only got 5 TGs. It always happens. Then the only other 2 Earths we play in the main deck are 2 copies of Card Trooper. This is Trooper Agents, basically. This is Trooper Agents. But the TG engine is a bit of fun with this. I don't just love Card Trooper. Like, Card Trooper is such a good card. It's a -0. I love -0s. Right. Now we're gonna get into the +1s. So we're going into the Agent engine. We are playing 3 copies of Agent of Mystery Earth. I've missed being able to play 3 copies of this card. It's so good. It's the Stratos for this deck, and I'm kind of surprised it did go to 3, but hey, it's always nice. So 3 copies of Earth, and it's a really magnificent piece of Veiler bait for a card that I'll show you later when we get to the spells. It's a card you all know that I play. I play in everything now. And then play 3 copies of Venus, because you have to play the 3 Venus. This is like your kind of go-to gal. I was going to say go-to guy, but it's a female agent, so I can't really say that. And accompanied with Agent of Creation Venus, we play 3 copies of Mystical Shine Ball, which you of course draw far too often, but we play cards to counter that. But drawing this is inherently bad, and you draw it a lot. But again, there's a card in this deck that makes drawing Shine Balls actually good. And that's not even a joke. Like, drawing this card isn't that bad in this deck. Then we're going to jump straight into boss monsters in the form of 3 Master Hyperion, our Fairy Dark Arm Dragon. This card's amazing, especially going into the new format. Like, it can deal with so many cards, because it's a 2/7 just drop for free, and it can remove stuff off the board so easily. So, like, unless you're going up against Kristyas or Vanity's Fiends or Vanity's Emptinesses, this card is really, really strong. Speaking of the devil, we play double Archlord Kristya, because Kristya is in here basically to either be milled or heralded away, and then Call of the Haunted it back. But we do have ways to, of course, summon it. We will be summoning it by its own effect, because this is, of course, a fairy deck, and we also have ways to normal summon it. Probably the best way to normal summon it that we play is 1 copy of Gelenduo. Gelenduo is a really interesting card in this deck, because cards that come and destroy by battle are getting a little bit more relevant now, because there's a bit less removal in the meta, and dragons are gone, so yeah, removal is a little fewer and far between. The ability to just set this, and if your opponent can't kill it in that turn, you're basically going to be able to normal summon your Kristya, so it's pretty powerful. I then played double Herald of Orange Light. I was testing 3. 3 got a really cloggy, so like I'm playing 2 in the main, 1 in the side, and that seems to be working for now. But I could go back to 3, but the 3rd was really cloggy, so don't know how I feel about that. Then otherwise I play, for my last hand trap, the 1 copy of Honest, because you've got to play Honest. It's lights. It's a deck that's almost entirely light. So that's our monster lineup. Please forgive my voice if it sounds a bit weird. I'm really tired. It's like midnight, and I'm back from my locals. So this is being filmed like 2 hours after my wind-up deck profile, but it'll be posted like 4 days after. For the spells, we play a few one-offs. We play 1 Dark Hole, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Mind Control, because we're playing 7 tuners, so it's quite useful. The 1 Enemy Controller. This card is amazing in this deck. Like, you can go Venus, if your opponent has left like a tuner for you, like that's the best case scenario. If you have Venus, this, and your opponent like is left a tuner, you can go Venus, get 3 Shine Balls, econ their tuner, and get it like go into a crazy synchro blaze. Like if all else fails, if you go Venus, activate the effect, they go Veiler, you can econ your Venus, still get 1 Shine Ball, take their level 2, or take their tuner and make a Synchro or Xyz with your Shine Ball and their monster. So like this card is incredibly versatile. Now it has loads of other applications, like you can go Earth, activate effect, if they go Veiler, you can tribute the Earth, take their monster, do stuff with their monster, and you've still got your search for the Venus, which is quite nice. And the final one of is 1 creature swap, because why make big moss monsters when your opponent can do the work for you, and you can give them a Shine Ball, for, as a reward for all their hard work. So like creature swap is a card. I felt that more than one was a bit too much, so like 1 creature swap was enough. Quite like it. So that is the one-offs. We only play 2 of. In the form of Transmodify. You guys know I love Transmodify. I'd like to say, if I was going to any form of competitive event, I'd cut these immediately for dualities. But I have so much fun with these. Like the ability to turn Shine Balls into Venus, and the ability to turn Venus into Honest, and the ability to turn Ancient Sacred Wyvern, which you'll see in my extra, into Kristya is a bit fun. And just the ability to like turn dead Shine Balls into Venus, and Earth into Venus. Like if you go Earth, they go Veiler, you're like, cool, the Veiler's out of the way. Transmodify, make Venus anyway, because like all you were going to search was Venus, so you just Transmodify straight into Venus and go off. And unless they have the second Veiler, you are golden. So that's 2 Transmodify, and then the only other spells I play are the 3 copies of MST. I didn't like Lance, like mainly because there wasn't any room. This is 40 cards already, and I wanted to have it as mostly monsters because I play Card Trooper, but at the same time I didn't want to rely on making Card Trooper friendly. Like, you don't want to play 38 cards that complement 2 other cards. It's just not it's not good Yugis. Then for the traps, we play 3 copies of Call of the Haunted, because Call of the Haunted Kristya is kind of nutty, and Call of the Haunted just like boss monsters is really good. So, and we're playing 7 tuners, so like we can normal summon a tuner or Call of the Haunted a tuner and make big Synchro Blaze. So this is just a very versatile card, especially now that Reborn's gone. Like the format's a lot slower, so this is a lot more powerful. Because I find this card is like incredibly powerful in really slow formats. And then I play 2 one-offs in the form of Compulsory Evacuation Device and 1 Solemn Warning, which completes what I believe, unless I miscounted, should be a 40-card main deck. So for the extra, we've kind of been going through this pretty quickly, but it's not really a problem, is it? For the extra, we play a couple of interesting picks. One of them is kind of inspired by some of the feature matches I've been seeing in Toronto, and I want to kind of create a discussion in the description below, in the comment section below about it. So I'll kind of spark that discussion when we get to it. But I play 1/4 in the form of Armory Arm, just for getting over stuff. I play 2 5s in the form of 3 5s in the form of Ally of Catastor. Armades, Keeper of Boundaries, which is a card I really like from the new set. Just the ability to attack, and if they have Rhino, Honest, traps, spells, anything, they can't stop you. So it's really, really powerful. It's like ancient gear for everything. So you've got your Armades. 1 TG Wonder Magician, just because when it comes out, it's an instant MST, and if it dies in the center of the graveyard, you get drawn. And it's a tuner that can do it in your opponent's turn. Like, it's Formula Synchron. So you can have this in a Shine Ball and Black Rose in your opponent's turn. Nutty. Love this card. And then play 2 6s in the form of 1 Orient Dragon, because you guys know that, like, I swear by Orient Dragon in this format. Like, Orient Dragon is one of the best cards in this format, I argue. Because you can just banish any synchro, and there are so many powerful synchros doing the rounds now. Like, this just ruins them, removes them straight away. And then I play 1 kind of generic guy in the form of Gaia, just because he's Gaia. Then for my 7s, I'm playing the 1 Black Rose Dragon and the 1 Ancient Sacred Wyvern, which I said was in here because Ancient Sacred Wyvern is Ancient Sacred Wyvern, so it's like good for OTK plays, but it's also good because you can Transmodify over it for Kristya, which is amazing. And then I'm going to like double stack here. I play 2 8s in the form of Stardust Dragon and Scrap Dragon, defense and offense. I play 1 9 in the form of Mist Wurm, and then I'm only playing 4 Xyzes in the form of 2 Gachi Gantetsu. Well, that's not Gachi. That's a Gachi. One of these should be a Daigusto Phoenix, but the Daigusto Phoenix is on loan to Cupcakey21 at the moment, who is in Wales. So it's kind of difficult for me to get it back. So I have 2 Gachis in here in place of that Phoenix. I then play 1 Herald of Pure Light, like the ability to go, oh, I have a Hyperion engrave, or oh, I have 5 fairies engrave, including Kristya. If I detach 1 that isn't a fairy, I can if I add that Kristya back to hand and it leaves me in a situation with 4 fairies engrave, I can then play that Kristya It's crazy. Like, you can just add boss monsters back to hand with this, or add Honest back to hand, and like, if all else fails, if you need to get over a monster, you can go make this, add Honest, and then attack an Honest. Like, if you just have to remove something, if you absolutely have to, you can just make this, add Honest, and put a card back, and then attack and play Honest. So it's pretty nice. And then the final card in my extra is kind of the spare slot. Like, you have to play 1/3, but the 3 really never matters. But it's something that I'm testing. It's 1 copy of Mechquipped Angineer. This is something that people have been testing and playing at YCS Toronto, and it kind of came out of nowhere. And its effect reads: once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach one exceeds material from this card, then target one face-up attack position monster you control, change it to face-up defense position, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects this turn. So it's a very good protective card, and I quite like it in tandem with Gachi. Like, if you go Venus, get 3 Shine Balls, Transmodify, another one for Venus, make this Gachi, it's really nice. So, like, that is kind of why I like it. But otherwise, yeah, that's about everything I wanted to talk about. Kind of brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you've got any feedback or any comments, or just anything you want to talk about in any of the kind of agent variants, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. And any questions, just feel free to ask, like, as long as they're not really weird questions. So I've had a few of those recently. But yeah, I think that's about everything I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I think I've said that already. And I'm getting really, really tired, so I should probably call this quits. This has been Jamie the Kid 00, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content, provided I get something recorded for it. Peace out. Bye.